For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, welcome once again to the Focus program. My name is Paul Dingeman. Glad to have you along. Got some very interesting things that are going to be happening in the next few weeks here in the St. Clair and Marine City area. Let's begin with a friend by the name of Jim Adams, who is with the Special Olympics of Michigan.
Correct.
And you are bringing some I was going to say warmth, but that's wrong. You're going to bring real cold weather and a cold experience to the people of St. Clair and Marine City, aren't you?
We are. We certainly are. First of all, thank you for having us on again.
And never, always glad to see you.
Great. Yeah, Special Olympics is going to host, and the Water Warriors, who are a partner of ours with Special Olympics, we're going to host our 5th annual Polar Plunge right here in downtown St. Clair on Sunday, February 21st at 2 o'clock. And so we welcome everyone to come on out and be a part of the event, whether you want to jump or just come out and see what it's all about. We welcome everybody.
It's been growing. It's the 5th year, you said. You meet at the Voyager.
Correct.
You have a pre-party.
Yes.
You encourage people to dress in costumes.
Yep.
Tell me.
Yeah, the Voyager has been great to us. They've been the host for us every year now, so we'll have our check-in registration time at the Voyager at 1 o'clock. And then about 2 o'clock, we have a parade of plungers, and everyone.
Parade of plungers.
Parade of plungers. That's right.
Not toilet plungers.
Not plungers, right? The ones who are going to jump in the hole, cut in the ice, and so we kind of want to have a party atmosphere to it, a celebration. So we encourage our plungers to wear costumes, or if they just want to come in a pair of swimming trunks or a bathing suit, they're welcome to do that too. But you'll see some photos later where everyone's kind of dressed up, and and then we march on down to the boat harbor, and the St. Clair County Dive Team, the Sheriff's Department, and the Fire Department here in St. Clair cut a hole in the ice for us, and we jump all the plungers in from there. So it's a great time. And then we go back to the Voyager at 3 o'clock for our after splash bash, and we hand out awards and announce our grand total and all that good stuff there too.
Let's say if the guys in the control room will throw up those pictures,
Sure.
Let's talk about them. Maybe
Yeah.
throw them up in the one of these screens over here, the back screen, the front screen. But let's talk about. Oops, there you go. Welcome to the Polar Plunge. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and
yes,
and we, as I said, we continue to have this event here. Last year, see a lot of the photos here from last year or in 2014 as well. Last year we had about 60 plungers and raised like $18,000 out of the event here. So
that's a pretty good size hole.
Yes.
Is that right at the end where where the boats go in?
Yeah, it's right.
The ramp?
It's in a boat well, right, kind of just to the left of the.
There's the okay. Now
kind of the first dock going down there is where we have them all jump at, and like I said, it's open to spectators. We hand out a Golden Plunger Award for the best costume. You see the gentleman jumping there with the cheerleader dress. That's our chairman of the event, Tom Chauvin. This is Randy Blackburn. He's a police officer who's our highest fundraiser the last 2 years as well.
Does he travel all over the state doing this?
Nope, he just does the St. Clair one, and we certainly appreciate his work coming out. And like I said, 2 years in a row, he's been our highest fundraiser. And like we mentioned before, the Water Warriors are one of our partner in this event, and a number of them jump. You'll see some familiar faces with some of the Water Warriors jumping in through some of these. Like those two right there are Water Warriors and taking the jump for the cause as well. So they just don't ride in the summertime. They're supporting us in the wintertime as well.
The Marine City or St. Clair Middle School principal Mike Alley was dressed up in quite a costume, I think, last year.
Yes, I think he might have been the first photo we had up there of a plunger there. He and he's taking the plunge again this year as well. So he's brought some more staff members from the school district to come on over and participate as well. So
where the money that's raised goes to Special Olympics. But
correct.
Tell us what that means.
Yeah, our athletes participate in our programs at no cost to them or their families. So for every athlete who wants to participate, they can come and play in as many sports as they want to. Throughout Special Olympics Michigan, we offer 22 different sports on a year-round basis. So there's costs that are incorporated into that, so we have to find ways to raise money to allow our athletes to participate for free. So this event, along with a number of others, are fundraising campaigns that we do, but this has kind of become our signature event. We do 28 of these across the state, which raise about $2 million for us statewide.
1.2, great.
1.2 million. We'll put about 4,000 to 5,000 people in across the state, and it's a great way to raise money. It's never been a hard thing for people to raise money, to have your friends and family see you want to jump into the icy water there. So it's always become just a great way to raise some funds for an excellent cause, and like I said, our athletes, not only are they just getting sports training as well, but they also get a chance to feel like they're part of something.
Yes.
They have athletic dreams just like everyone does. The dream of hitting that game-winning shot or kicking the game-winning goal or whatever, or just even feel like they want to be part of a team and feel a sense of community. It's so important that our athletes get an opportunity to do that, because that population is so oftentimes kind of isolated, and to have them feel a place where they're welcome and they can compete and feel like, like LeBron James or Steph Curry running up and down the court shooting threes.
It's very emotional to see.
It really is. It really is. It's great to see. And here in the local area, we have about 800 athletes in this local area that participate in our programs here. 20,000 across the state, and continues to grow. 20,000 athletes across the state here, and from every nook and cranny of the state as well. And we're up in the UP. We're Southwest Michigan, and here, of course, here in the Southeast, we cover athletes, and we always welcome more athletes to get involved too, because we want everyone to have a part to have an experience in that as well.
So this is one of the fundraisers. You got the Polar Plunge, you got the Water Warriors in the summertime. They stop here in St. Clair. They stop in Algonac too, I think.
Yes.
Maybe Marine City. So there are things going on all the time. So if people go to your website, they can get more information. Yeah,
if they go to our website at www.somi.org. So
SOMI.
Yep, so in SpecialOlympicsMichigan.org. They can go and find out any kind of information they want about us. If they're interested in volunteering, they can find out information about that. If they know someone who has an intellectual disability and might be interested in joining our program, they can get information on how to contact us from there as well. If anyone's interested in participating in the Polar Plunge too, they can go right to our website, which is sees up on the camera right now, and they can just go there, click on the bear logo, and they can go and just get registered right from there. And also too, they can go to the SOMI.org website, or plungemi.com can also get you into the plunge registration information as well.
While they got that up, let's hit that video there, fellas, and let us see that 30-second commercial.
You need to survive much more than the cold to be a polar plunger. It takes courage, determination, and a keen fashion sense. Each year, these winter warriors jump to frozen glory to raise money for Special Olympics Michigan. And with a host of locations statewide, you're never far from a polar plunge in your area. Join us, the many, the freezing, the polar plungers.
That's quite a shot. That's quite a deal. Jim Adams, it's always a pleasure to have you here. You do wonderful work, and we salute you for all your efforts. But as you saluted already, the St. Clair Fire Department and Police Department and Mike Laporte over there at the Voyager, those helping hands certainly are used too, aren't they?
Yes, they're great. They've been a great support for us every year. We welcome the support we have here in the community as well, in the neighboring towns as well. It's great to have it here, and thank you for your help in helping us promote this event too. We appreciate it.
Good seeing you.
Thank you.
That was Mr. Jim Adams from We're back with some very fun people who are putting a play on down in beautiful Marine City at the Riverbank Theater called Promises, Promises. Let's welcome back to the focus set the Smiths, Brittany and Aaron. Nice to see you. You're both so active there. And you brought along the director of the newest show, and nice to meet him, Edward Reynolds. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the focus set. Talk to me about Promises, Promises. When does it start?
It opens February 5th and runs through the 21st, so 3 weekends.
Just around the corner, and 3 weekends will be great.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to come at Christmas time, and what a spectacular performance that was. What a great show.
Thank you.
You had sold out houses all the time, didn't you?
Yeah, it was packed. It was lovely.
Great cast, and a great play.
Thanks.
So, in case people don't remember about Promises, Promises, what's the background? What's the story?
Go for it.
It's based on a 1960 film by Billy Wilder. It was it won Best Picture in 1966, called The Apartment.
Okay.
Starring
Yep.
Jack Lemmon
Great
and Shirley MacLaine
Right.
and Fred MacMurray.
Right.
And the play opened on Broadway in 1968, Promises, Promises, based on the film, but with the addition of this exquisite Burt Bacharach score. And most of the songs you will recognize because they were later performed by various pop artists in the late 60s into the 70s. A lot of Dionne Warwick hits, you know, she was sort of his muse.
Yep.
And it's a little story about climbing the corporate ladder, climbing the ladder of love, sometimes falling, sometimes climbing off the ladder, and finding a new ladder.
It was a great story. It was a great,
wonderful
great play
movie.
before. So,
Yeah.
have you done this before? Or you're going to be the director this
I'm
year?
directing the show. As a matter of fact, I did perform in the show in the early 1970s. I was the office boy, and that's when I first got exposed to the play, and the music was just so infectious. To hear a pop score in a Broadway show
Yes.
at that time was very unusual and new, and it has always stuck with me. I've always liked it, and I have just always wanted to see it done again, and it's not done very often either, so it's exciting to...
Is it a big cast?
It could be. We've sort of cut things back a little bit, and I have my... my leads are on the stage almost the whole time. I don't think Aaron ever leaves the stage. Maybe once you
Well, it's
change
his
your
second
suit.
home.
Yeah, you
We
change
know
the-
that it's his second home.
But the ensemble is so busy with, like we have 4 orchestral voices that are part of the orchestra, singing, 4 female voices singing backup, which really give it that signature Bacharach sound. And when they're not singing, they're on stage dancing. And it's a cast of 16.
That's
and
pretty good size.
Good sized cast. It fills the stage well. They're having an awful lot of fun. A lot of new friendships have been made. A lot of old friends who knew each other. And it's just been a real pleasure to work with this bunch. I come from Ann Arbor, so...
Do you commute?
No, I stay up here when I'm up here working, but
Great.
I go back.
And you have alluded to the fact you were in plays earlier. Do you do a lot of directing now, or you're still acting?
I do a little of both. I was in Cabaret here last summer. I played Herr Schultz
Okay.
and at the Riverbank. And then a year ago, I directed the Great American Trailer Park musical at the Snug.
Remember that?
I direct shows. I've directed in Ann Arbor and all around. So yeah, I
Bad
do
as
a
horse
little.
racing. Once it gets in your blood, you just can't get rid of it, right?
Yeah, that's how it works.
So, Aaron, which number is this for you in a musical?
Man. For the number of musicals I've ever
Oh,
done? Oh, man.
tons, huh?
Countless. I don't even know.
What do you like about this one?
What do I like about this one? Oh, the guy I'm playing, Chuck Baxter. He's a likable guy. He's kind of a square, you know, and I'm kind of a square. So, you know.
I don't think so.
And I love singing the songs. The music is just infectious. It is a lot of fun to sing, and I was telling Paul Decker, our music director, last night. I said, I'm just having so much fun singing this score. And anyway, it's been a great bunch of people to reunite with. Some performers that I've worked with for 17 years, and to get to do some pretty funny stuff on stage and Promises, Promises. It's a lot of fun.
Brittany, what's your role?
Well, I play Fran Kublik. She is the hostess in the executive dining room. Well, she gets promoted to that. So the whole story takes place in this insurance company where Chuck works. So we're co-workers who kind of keep running into each other. But my favorite part is that I get to kind of toy with him on stage a little bit. There are lines that I say that are actually just in his head. So he gets to break and talk to the audience and say things like, oh, she didn't really say that. What she really said was, and then it's just kind of, you know.
It's very unusual that you get to break the fourth wall and
Right.
talk and look
Yeah.
directly at the audience, and I get to do that a lot. And
That's gotta be
I
fun.
enjoy that.
That's
Yeah,
gotta be fun. Something
it's
different.
fun. Yeah.
Really different.
It's a Neil Simon wrote the script, so
Right.
it's very funny. And I would say it's it's more comedic than, you know, the apartment, the movie. It's kind of took that and then
I'd have
ran
to
with
agree.
it. So.
The movie was first, right?
The movie was first, 1960. The musical was 1968. The thing is, the movie was there. It was funny, but it was bittersweet and it was dramatic. Where this, once Neil Simon got a hold of it, you can just imagine what he's done with it. It is very funny. It's very interesting. Last night we were running the whole show for the second time, and a lot of the cast who hadn't seen certain scenes because they weren't called for rehearsals of them were just cracking up. They were just laughing so hard. It was like, would you guys be quiet? You know? So
save that for the audience.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So
Had the opportunity. We were clicking through the other night, a month or two ago, and The Apartment was on.
Yeah.
TMC.
Was it? Okay.
Yep.
And it was delightful again.
Yeah.
So I can just imagine when it becomes a musical, it's got to be even better.
Yeah, it's funny. When Fred McMurray played Mr. Sheldrake, some woman came up from the street and hit him with her purse because they were so used to him being the all-American dad, and then to see him being sort of the bad guy. But he enjoyed it, he said.
When are the performances again?
So it opens Friday, February 5th, and runs for 3 weekends. We've got Friday, Saturday, both at 7:30, and then there are the last 2 weekends both have Saturday matinees as well.
Oh, good.
So
Okay.
Saturday matinees and Sunday matinees are at 3.
Okay. And there's bulletin news I just saw on Facebook just today that Todd and the Sweet Tooth are moving across the street.
Oh yeah, yeah.
As this show is being aired, they will be moving across the street.
Yeah.
What a great friend he's been to the Riverbank.
Oh yeah, he comes every show with his little tray of truffles and pretzels, so he'll
And
be
now
there.
he'd be a neighbor. He'd be next
Yeah,
door
now
and
he'll
down
be
the
next
street
door.
from you.
Yeah.
But that's all part of the ambiance of the Riverbank and the Snug, is the small town atmosphere.
Yeah.
And your theaters are so intimate that it's great experience.
It's
People
a
haven't been
great
there.
evening. Go out to eat, go to the Sweet Tooth, grab a little sweet, get some coffee from Roasted, and come see a show.
Yep. Can't beat that.
Yeah.
And the prices are great. What are the prices?
Yep, they're $26 a ticket.
Okay. And there's not a bad seat.
No.
Okay.
No.
What's coming up next? That's it.
Right after Promises is 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee.
Right.
And that is at the Snug Theater. I'm directing that one, and it's going to be a good cast. It's a small cast, about 9. It's a musical. It's a comedy. It's a little. It's not inappropriate, but it's a little more edgy adult humor. Yeah, it's adults playing 12-year-old kids who are these nerdy little spelling bee champions.
Yep.
So
it's cute.
Yes, very cute.
Okay. And the whole season looks like it's going to be great this year.
Yeah.
And I think that Kathy Verdon would like us to mention that there are season tickets available.
Absolutely. Yep. You can always call our box office or look us up online where it's www.riverbanktheater.com. And yep, you can purchase season passes right there on the website or give us a call and we'll set you up.
We had, as I alluded to before we started, a group of 12 that went down before Christmas and did have dinner at the little bar and then came over for the show. It was just a great evening. So we thank you for being there.
Wonderful little town. It's just,
It is.
and the changes I've seen in the last couple years, it's like
Marvelous, isn't it?
for a small town to have a problem with parking, I'm thinking
Isn't that great?
that's a great problem to have.
Right. Very unique problem. Not easy for the commissioners, but for the total community, it's a great problem to have.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It says things are happening.
Yep.
Brittany, always a pleasure. You bring along nice people, including your husband. And
Thank
Edmund,
you.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Have you
sir.
back. We'll be back with another group of thespians, this time from St. Clair, and they're trying to raise money for a scholarship fund. So stay tuned for the St. Clair Theatre Guild in just a second. We're back with the world-famous Tony Kavis. Tony, nice to see you.
Nice seeing you,
Welcome
Paul.
back to the Focus program.
Thank you very much,
You're
Paul.
looking fine, sir.
Thank you.
Trying to think the other day, how many years have you been retired from Marine City High?
Since 2002.
2002.
Yes, so a couple of weeks. Anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you were there for 20 years or so, or more?
33.
30. And you were a history teacher.
History and English, correct.
But during that whole time period, you were active in a little company, little group of people called the St. Clair Theatre Guild.
That's right.
And that's why you're here today.
That's right.
Talk to me.
Okay. Well, the St. Clair Theatre Guild in the early 1990s started a scholarship fund, which we'll talk about a little bit later, and we do a fundraiser every year. And this year's fundraiser is another Dueling Pianos show that we have hired a company to come in on February 13th at the KFC Hall for a night
Good
of...
Valentine's Day gift.
It is. It's a night of fun, music, imbibing a little bit, be careful, and it's just a great time, and it's a great cause. I can talk about the Cobb Scholarship
Well,
right
we're going to
now.
hold off on that.
I'll talk
We're
a
going to
little
meet
bit later.
Holly Cross, and Holly's new to the St. Clair Theatre Guild. Welcome to the community. Welcome.
Thank
to
you.
You were in the community, you left, you came back.
I was in the community. I'm coming back, and I was fortunate enough to meet up with the people from the Theatre Guild and thoroughly enjoying myself being involved with them. So,
Talk to me about the dueling, I was going to say dueling banjos, but dueling pianos.
it's the pianos, and as Tony said, that they're on the 13th of February, and it's absolutely going to be a blast. And we have tickets for sale in St. Clair at the Riverview Plaza, at Sue's Coffee House, and at the St. Clair Art Association. And then we have a wonderful little store in Marine City on South Water Street, the Sweet Tooth, and they have tickets available there also.
He's moving this weekend.
It's this
Moving-
weekend.
moving across the
It's
street.
across the street, but it'll still be on South Water.
Those tickets will be available in the new location.
Yeah, absolutely, in the new location, and the tickets will be $25 per person, and a table of 10 is only $200.
Okay.
So,
Dueling pianos, you had them last year, and it was a great success, and people had great time, right?
It was. It's an actual company, and they have several piano players, and they put them together, and we probably will have 2 different ones this year.
Okay.
And they go all the way up to Massachusetts, down the southern
Oh, my
Ohio.
God.
They're all over the place. They do weddings, fundraisers, and they're just terrific.
How many people just show up last year? Round figure.
Round figure, about 180 for the
my
first
God.
year. So we had a good turnout. We were really pleased.
Yeah.
And
That's why I want to do it again.
we have, I know like one person had a table last year, a table of 10. She's already working on her 3rd table now.
Oh, my God.
And so that's how much they enjoyed it last year.
It's at the Knights of Columbus on Rattle Run. Is there more capacity than 180?
Oh, yes. The initial setup is going to be for 200, but there's room to set up for more. And for those people that used to go to the cabaret, they're used to seeing a very long, narrow setup. This is going to flip, so it's wide, and there'll be a way to get closer to the performers and have more tables. And they'll all be round tables. And our group has met with Brian Kowalski of the Knights, and they're all ready for us to be there.
Good, good. And are you going to be singing?
absolutely not.
Positive.
I will be walking around making sure everybody enjoys themselves and maybe helping with the 50-50 tickets. So.
You're not going to take a break
No,
on the
sir.
piano?
No,
Tony may do that. But.
She doesn't know what they had the committee do last year, but they did get us
Well,
up
you're
there.
giving her a baptism of fire.
Yes,
Something
we
like
ended
that.
up being a chorus line, a kick line. We didn't know about it, but
Oh, so they did serve refreshments.
it was fun.
Talk to me now about the serious side of it. You're raising money, and you're going to give that money away. What's
Yes.
that all about?
Each year we have usually 2 people who are the recipients of the John and Avis Cobb scholarships. And back in the early 90s, Avis Cobb, who was this wonderful woman who worked backstage. She was in shows, she did makeup, she did costumes. She's sitting in the audience talking to me, and we're watching a rehearsal. And she says, we should do something for those kids. And they were young people on the stage. And anyway, Avis passed not that long after that. And John and his daughter, Vicky.
Big, tall guy.
Yes, and they used to run the Grape and Cheddar here. They were community focused totally. He wanted to do a scholarship in her honor. So we met, we had a committee, and set up this scholarship. And it's evolved over the years. We've given out 35 scholarships.
Marvelous.
And last year we gave them out to Brian Rooney and Kendra Kellen. She was from Anchor Bay, and Brian from, not La Crosse, Holly's got me mixed up, from Cardinal Mooney.
Okay.
And both active young people in our group. And
So they have to be participants in the St. Clair Theater. What are the rules?
the rules are you need to be, there's several ways you can do it. You can be a member of the group, you can have been in shows in the group, or you can be a student in the East China Schools, St. Clair, Marine City, or Cardinal Mooney, and are looking at a career in the arts.
Okay.
It could be visual arts. It doesn't have to be performing arts.
Okay.
And we've given these for the visual arts previously.
Great.
So it can be anything related to that. The forms right now are available in all 3 schools. They have been since December. And if someone's interested, they can also go to our website, stg.org, and download the application form and a complete explanation of the requirements.
What's the deadline?
The deadline is April 15th.
Oh, well, we got
There's
plenty
quite a
of
bit of time. And, you can then mail them into our post office box 136 downtown and be a candidate. And then out of that, we probably will pick 2. We have a committee that makes the choice, and then the board of directors, the guild, makes the final decision.
Great. The John and Avis Cobb Fine Arts Scholarship Fund, that's what we're going to have the money raised for. Dueling Piano, Saturday, February the 13th. Sounds like a great night.
I've heard that it's absolutely wonderful, so I'm looking forward to it.
Great. Tickets at the Sweet Tooth on the new location.
Right.
Old Todd.
And Tony will be arriving home from the Caribbean that afternoon.
Oh, no. Boy, you give us a
So
hard
I'll
time.
be there.
Okay.
I will be there going around with Holly. Maybe I might be passing out popcorn. I don't know.
I like that. I like that. Sonny Cavas, always a pleasure. Have a great, safe trip.
Thank you.
Nice to have met you. Welcome
Thank you.
anytime.
Thank you.
That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Next time, Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.